violence has, we're animals, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't talk about ourselves as animals, right? And violence has, part of the role of violence has been to help us make decisions about who is worthy, whose DNA gets to pass on, you know, like.
Right. So when you say violence has a role, that's like it has a role in our survival as a species, survival
and how resources get divided up, and there is a component of us that is aggressive, right? And so like some of that gets kind of filtered through sports, but you know, like what do we do with the rest of it? You know, and
we use it to conquer people and do
right. And so there becomes this clear divide, this clear line about, particularly with manhood, with leadership that's closely associated with violence. And so when we come to the space and it was like nonviolence resolution and like pussies, pussies
when really pussy is way stronger than testicles, but that's another,
bitch ass, and
it's considered weak.
And the label of bitch ass nigga is like in Baltimore is a death sentence,
right?
You know that's a very dangerous label to have. And so if we're taking violence off of the table as and not giving other resources for how do we make decisions about how resources get divided up,
right?
Who
and how do we feel power?
How do we pick partners? How do we, how do we decide who our leaders are? How do we, divide up land and property and jobs and stuff like that, and responsibilities? Then it's a failed attempt. You know what I'm saying? Because
we're not helping to provide those resources.
They feel like has worked for them, whether it
is working on that.
No longer serves us, but we haven't come up with some concrete strategies for replacing it.
Yeah, that's why a big part of what we're doing is like while we're out, we're telling people, ask people what they're going through in their life and what they need, because what would they need to even have peace in their weekend, in their neighborhood for a whole weekend? Because once they start talking, you do know about 5 different resources you can point them to just in the conversation, or who you can connect them with that does know, and so that's so true that like the reason people will just be like, that's dumb, that's stupid, that's not going to work, is because violence plays a huge role in our development, evolution as a species, and we have not consistently nurtured all of the things that are just as good as violence to get those needs met.
Right.
And so people, you're right, just keep resorting to violence as a way to do all of that when there's so many other ways that honors our higher selves, not our animal selves. Right? We stay at the animal self level. Violence is the way. And the only way we're going to elevate is by honoring the higher self to go, what is just as and even more powerful than violence to get all of this stuff done in our life?
Right.
That's
and
so good.
Even just surviving violence. Like, if I wasn't the direct descendant of people who regularly survive violence, and I wasn't a person who regularly survive violence, would I sing the way I do? Would I dance the way I do?
Yes.
Would my art look the same? You know what I'm saying?
God.
Like, and so if I create this world without violence, will I even recognize the people that are born of that world? You know what I'm saying? Will they recognize me? Will we have anything in common?
So that's a fear that people have of letting go of violence.
Right.
And it's a subconscious fear too. It's probably not even something we recognize, like, oh, snap.
Well, I don't think it's all that subconscious. Like when I say to Kylie, my godson's mother, like, I don't want you to spank him. I don't want him to be violent. She's like, she's saying, I don't want him to be weird.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need him to be raised like I was raised so we will know each other.
Right. And I know violence, so I'm going to raise him with violence. Right. Damn. Okay. Thank you, Tracee Ford.
You're very welcome.